Today I'll be taking you along and basically show you what we eat in a day as a large family of 6. We love food and we love trying to cook pretty nutritious for the family. We eat a lot of real whole foods, not a lot of processed stuff. So anyways, that is the plan for today. I just finished up my sourdough for the morning, and I think for breakfast, so actually Josh and I do intermittent fasting, so we're not going to be eating breakfast, but I tried to feed my kiddos something nutritious. Some go-tos are just granola with yogurt or sourdough pancakes, or what we're doing today is actually eggs from our chickens who just started laying, which is very exciting. Got some farm fresh eggs ready to go, and then I'll serve that with sourdough and probably some apple slices for breakfast, as well as some raw milk from the farm here. So while you're watching, I would love to know what your favorite thing to eat is currently. I know springtime for me just brings on, like, I want salads and all of the fresh fruits and vegetables is what I crave this time of year. I should be stocking up on groceries, so I feel like my current grocery supply is a little bit limited, but we'll see what we can still whip up today.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We'll lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger, we are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come together.
It is noontime, and normally I like to break my fast with a big salad. Today is going to be a little bit different. I actually have a pasta salad here that I made yesterday. We eat pasta maybe 2 times a month or something, and today is actually one of those days. I made this pasta salad yesterday. It has some rotini and then a bunch of deli meats, a lot of which are from the farm here. Actually, when we get them butchered, we get some made into like pork ham or like the sliced ham. Anyway, all kinds of different ones. I have some cheese in here, cucumbers, and then I made an Italian dressing out of, I don't know, avocado oil, oregano, a bunch of different seasonings and stuff. Now I'm gonna chop up some arugula and onion greens, and then also put in some of this queso fresco cheese. So it'll have a lot of veggies in it and protein, but it does also have obviously the pasta in it. Often when I serve pasta to the family, I might have more the veggies and the protein. I don't really care for pasta. We'll chop this up and it'll just be a super easy 1-dish dinner. Try to leave recipes for everything below. Pasta salads are pretty generic, but I will try to leave the recipe to the Italian dressing, and then obviously whatever toppings you have on hand. I actually really love using olives in here. They're so tasty, but I don't have any on hand, so I'm just kind of using up whatever veggies I have right now. We'll toss that together and then we'll be ready to eat. little frazzled. It's super windy outside, but like 80 degrees today, which is crazy. So I'm having so much fun working out there today. And anyway, I'm only cleaning up lunch a little while later now. But I remembered that I forgot to tell you the supplements that I take. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, before I do my workout, I like to take the pink drink, which is basically like a blood sugar balancing thing. And then also a multivitamin and vitamin D. And then in the evenings, I take a probiotic and again, the multivitamin. So those are the supplements that I take. And I'm still taking my little concoction, if you will, that I'm taking for the whole sinus thing. So basically it's a bottle of wine mixed with a bottle of aloe vera juice and a cup of honey. I just mix that in a giant jar. Let me actually show it to you. So I just mix it up in this big jar, and then I take a tablespoon of this 1 to 3 times a day. Recently I've been cutting back to only once or twice, but I was doing 3 times a day for a while. And since I'm the only one who uses this, I just dip my spoon right in here to take it. It is just after 4 o'clock now, which means snack time before heading to the barn. One of the kids' favorite snacks, especially in the summer and like warm days, is smoothies, and I generally keep them really simple. Today I'm just gonna blend some frozen blueberries with raw milk and probably put in a little bit of raw honey. I found that if I don't make them super sweet all the time, then they don't miss it when it's not that sweet. But they love it, and it's so refreshing on a warm day. On dinner, and we do not have dessert nearly every night. I feel like I usually tend to crave something sweet in the afternoon more, but I thought, oh my goodness, it is such a beautiful summer feeling day and we should celebrate. So one of Josh's favorite things is apple pie, and I have a bunch of apples right now that are starting to go bad. So I'm quickly mixing up this pie crust. I'm not sure if I'll do it in a traditional like pie crust or if it'll be more like an apple galette, but I thought it'd be fun to just celebrate the warmth tonight with that. I just put 4 cups of flour in my bowl, and I'm adding a little bit of maple syrup. As you can tell, for one, this has been in the freezer, so it's frozen and hardly coming out. But I don't measure it, but I would say maybe about 2 tablespoons that I put in here. I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt, and then we'll mix that together. One thing I thought of that I did not mention earlier as far as what we consume in a day is water, and that's a super important part obviously, but I feel like sometimes underrated what all that actually does for your body. I know my doctor often says how if your body is not hydrated, it cannot fight stuff. So it's so important. I've mentioned before, we drink very little other than water in our household, and especially like sugary drinks and that kind of thing. It just doesn't have much health benefits. We drink a lot of raw milk, herbal teas, and then we have our grape juice from the grapevine outside. It doesn't have any added sugar. But I'm pretty picky about beverages for that reason. It's so easy to just think of it as, oh, it's just a cup of juice or whatever, but often they're actually full of junk. So anyway, that's something that we try to be mindful of. And I drink a lot of water actually at night. Through the night, I will drink quite a bit. I would say in a 24-hour period, I drink probably around 12 to 15 cups of water generally, and most of that is actually between meals. I've heard that there's like benefits as far as your body absorbing nutrients and stuff better if it's not too much like water diluting the saliva and all that. I don't know if that's true or not. For me, I just prefer that because if I drink a ton while I'm eating, then I'm full right away. And I recently also tried to really be intentional about filling the kids' water bottles, making sure they're drinking a lot through the day, and have seen some really great benefits. It's so good for the immune system and your skin and your digestive system, and anyway, so many benefits that I feel like often is just not emphasized very well. And yes, I just did put vinegar in my cup. I mixed a tablespoon of vinegar with 1 egg, and then I'm gonna fill up the rest of my measuring cup with water. And then we'll just kind of mix this over here and add it to our dough. Sometimes I'm a little bit hesitant of this kind of video. I don't want it to come across wrongly. I know I've gotten some messages from people like, do you eat dessert at all? Do you eat what your family eats? Do you like different things like that? Those of you that know my story know that I struggled with Lyme disease for years, and along with that 20 other co-infections. I definitely did take some supplements and stuff, but a large part of my treatment was actually my eating, my diet. And I feel like I'm living proof of how much your diet, your lifestyle around food can honestly change your life and completely transform your health. Doesn't mean that we never eat dessert, as we're about to show you. We'll even have ice cream with this, and we will thoroughly enjoy it. So we are not perfect in this area. As a whole at home, I try to be really mindful of that because I feel like as a mother, that's a gift that I can give to my children in nourishing their bodies and teaching them good habits when it comes to food and things like that. That's kind of my heart behind it, and I hope that that comes across in this video. To some of you, what we're eating may be like crazy unhealthy and you can't believe that I even labeled this as healthy options. Some of you might feel like it's extreme the other way, that everything is too healthy. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm coming from. I'm going to wrap this up in some saran wrap and let it chill for a few minutes while I get the chicken ready, and then this should be ready to actually put on the pan. Hey, I was gonna grill some chicken tonight and just realized that this was supposed to marinate for a while. I was wondering, this Traeger... Josh is the meat guy around here, but the recipe I was going to use for chicken, I should have just been on it a little bit more. I thought of it a couple times throughout the day and just never got to it, but it should have started marinating like 4 hours ago. So now I feel a pinch. I should have been on that. Man, I wish I could ask you through the camera right now. I'm sure a lot of you would have amazing suggestions. If you do, leave them in the comments below so I know for next time. Something grilled. I think I've decided we are gonna have chicken, but I'm gonna cut it lengthwise to make it thinner, which will hopefully still make it more tender. I'm gonna pound it with a meat hammer, and then we're gonna put this beef, it's actually a prime rib rub on it, but I'm gonna try to sprinkle this on, grill it. We'll see what it's like. I have no idea, but the truth is that I don't have a microwave, and there's hardly a way that I can thaw and prepare another whole meal dish in half an hour when we're planning to have dinner. So the rub smells promising. I don't know, we'll see. chicken ended up turning out amazing. I was honestly kind of worried about that, but when Josh came in with it from the smoker, he's like, this is incredible, and we all loved it. So big relief on my part. It was really tasty, and the rest of the meal was just really fun as well. We enjoyed just hanging out, chatting as a family, and spending some time outside. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I hope you were inspired, or maybe at least got some ideas for meals you could cook for your family. Thank you for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden, golden thing.